Let's see. Okay, testes.
Marry me.
Testes. Hey, all right.
Fuck the world.
We live. All right, there he goes.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2, Sega,
I didn't get
PlayStation
him,
4.
I didn't get him saying PlayStation 3. Damn.
Why did you get those drops?
They're just funny to me. I don't know.
That sounds like a cat with a bad attitude.
That's great.
Terrifying.
We love Vinny.
Terrifying.
These are classic.
Yeah.
Good shit.
The Nintendo. The original Nintendo.
Oh yeah, you didn't get to play with those too much last week.
No, I didn't. Didn't even look at them.
PlayStation.
Yo Gage.
PlayStation 2, PlayStation 4. The Nintendo. Sega.
Where did you get all these from? That one interview?
Yeah, like, dude, I'm not kidding you. I watched like 10. That was from 10 minutes of one of his 2-hour streams.
Wow, he just was talking about games, huh?
Yeah, he's talking about all kinds of shit. People ask him all kinds of stuff on there, and he's very engaging, man. I highly recommend if Vinny Mac goes live, watch it.
That's
He
what I
will.
would say.
He
That's
will.
what I would say.
He will engage with you. I promise. He's the man. All right, man. Gage is here hanging. Who else do we need? You know, who the fuck else would we even need?
Oh.
I did have. I'm gonna go get one other show and tell. I'll be right back.
All right.
And then we'll start.
All right. Sega. PlayStation.
Fuck the world.
Oh, that's a nice, clear, crispy sound right there. Sound clip.
Fuck the world.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Meow.
That sounds like a cat with a bad attitude.
Wow. Oh, dope.
It's yesterday, 20th anniversary, man. We're talking about it.
Man, you know what? It's such a missed opportunity. The actual, I wish this was like that. It would feel like that.
That would be dope. That would be so dope. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Because, you know, that's like it probably feels like a leather bound thing.
All right, man. We got some people. Let's go. Let's fucking hit it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the end of the world? Yes.
I gotta fix that.
The end of the world.
One of these
What the fuck
days.
is that?
And
It's just that.
also
I think it's that sound bite. I need to get it again. Something's wrong with
the
it.
beginning of a brand new, solid, juggalo world for us all to enjoy.
Oh my! Yeah! We do have a guest. I blew the load right off the bat, but we'll keep that secret. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Keezy, and this is Deck One Delta, and this is my best friend in the whole wide world.
Carver Law, y'all. Call me Carvey. Call me Corvy. You love me. You hate me. You don't have to adore me.
Yes. All of that.
Yes, sir.
So today we're down Chris. Don't worry. He did die. We don't care, and we will not bring him up again. Okay?
Oh, man.
So that's that. I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Holy shit.
Other than that, I do want to address more important things. People in the comments, welcome. Gage, Echo Side Fiend, DC Faygo Guy and Megz, and Derek Bruno. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
Garbage?
Wait, what?
Hey, don't say that. Hey, speaking of garbage, our episode last week, I'm just kidding. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Last week was one for the ages.
It was, dude.
Vinny Mac, man. We love you, Vinny Mac. He's now part of the Deck One Delt family.
He's part of the lore.
He is. He's joined
That's what I
us.
would say.
He's joined us. We're going to hang out with him at the fucking gathering.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be great.
We're gonna bump uglies, elbows. What?
Hold on, wait.
What's the whatever that elbow expression is?
Yeah,
That's rub elbows.
Yes. All right, that said, I already spilled the beans, so let's just bring him in. Let's not keep him waiting anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, from wherever they're from, something or other. I fucked that up. All right, welcome everyone, our friends and yours. I'm gonna unmute them. Here they come, DC Faygo Guy and Megz. Yeah.
You
Welcome.
didn't work. I could have had a party streamer or something.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
That was great.
All right, welcome, guys.
It's like a coming out party.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Hey, where are you guys?
Guys,
Where are you guys
I
from?
am-
I forget where you're from every time.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Somewhere in India.
Are you
We're
outside?
neighbors.
Yeah.
Are you outside of what is it? The Fort Wayne, Fort Myers,
Eh,
whatever.
we're
fort.
in that area.
How
We'll
many
just say that.
How many forts are in Indiana, by the way? Is there like
Shit.
I only know of one.
And are they
Okay.
actually? Are there actually any forts? The whole city is called a fort, but there's no forts.
I think because it used to be back in the day. I think that's how that works. Fuck, I don't
Don't
know.
be saying stuff you don't even know.
All right, so welcome, guys. We got Megz. We got the world famous DC Faygo Guy and Megz in the house today. Welcome, guys.
yes.
World famous. I don't have a spot at the gathering. Y'all are the ones that are famous.
Hey man, you know all we had to do was wait until they announced all the other guests and then just beg, and they just let us in. That's how it worked.
Yeah, we
That
do.
Sounds about right. Right.
We are beggars behind the scenes. Y'all don't even know.
So welcome. I invited you guys today because we've talked to DC Faygo Guy, good friend of the show, been hanging with us for a long time. Megz, we met. We're great friends as well, obviously, but we've talked to DC Faygo Guy enough. He's here just as a bonus, right? We're here for you, Megz.
It's like emotional support. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all. So we
Muscle.
wanted to talk to you, Megz, about your Juggalo origin story because I'm pretty sure we've got DC's. I may not have posted the clip yet, but I'm pretty sure I got his.
Well, here's the thing. I've told my story more than once, but I don't believe you've ever told yours anywhere.
Not even
before.
on my own channel. I
Oh my
haven't.
God, this is a fucking Deck-One-Delta exclusive.
Exclusive, yeah. I've never heard it. So,
Yeah.
Exclusive
yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. So, Megz, tell us, how'd you become a Juggalo?
Well, we went camping, me and my dad, and he was like, if you want to invite some friends, whatever. So, of course, I did. And it was like 80 some acres.
Wait, how old are you?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
And what year is this? Let's
I was
paint the
pretty
picture.
young. Like, we're talking like middle school, maybe, like barely middle school.
What ICP album is this the era of?
I have no idea.
The way that she's described it, I feel like it's somewhere between 2005 and 2007. Is
Okay.
where I've pretty much kind of figured.
I was really young, like probably too young to be listening to ICP. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
Okay.
And so it's like this big wooded area. There's no like cell phone signal. There's no TV, right? So we bring our MP3 players because that was a thing back then. And we go like hiking and stuff. And we had this idea, like we were gonna switch MP3 players, and I was gonna like listen to hers on shuffle and she'll listen to mine. And while we're like walking and stuff, In My Room by ICP came on, and I just fell in love with that song. And she was like, "Oh, you never heard ICP before?" And I was like, "No." So then she put them on shuffle. And when you don't have like other distractions and you're just listening to music, it's really easy to like get lost and like imagining like music videos and what they would look like and stuff.
Especially
Yeah.
being
I
in the
just-
like camping out in the woods,
Oh
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
a
Because
lot
what else
of-
are you gonna do? Like that was before smartphones were
Yeah.
even invented. Like it wasn't a thing. You didn't have like games on our phones. We didn't even have cell phones.
Well, you might have had Snake, but
I didn't even have a cell phone at the time.
Yeah.
It might have been like a track phone for emergencies, but that would be it. So I just fell in love with the creativity of each song. It just felt like there was so much there. And so then after that camping trip, of course, I went back and like started looking them up on YouTube, like music videos. And like back then, like I didn't even own any CDs. I didn't have money for CDs. So we like downloaded the shit, right? So I never had like the Joker cards until I met some more Juggalos and kind of got a bigger group of Juggalo friends. Someone just handed me like a burn off copy of all 6. They're like, "Oh, you never heard the Joker cards?" And I was like, "No."
Wow, what a
They just
gift.
handed them to me. So I like binged that shit like over and over, like in order, like all 6 just kept playing over and over.
all on one disc.
No, they were like 6 discs.
Oh, okay.
Like
I was
with a
gonna say-
Sharpie written on them, like
They have those like
This is
data
real
discs
fun.
that you can
This
put
is-
like multiple albums on.
Yeah, like an MP3 disc.
yeah. So, and I just binged it basically.
Oh yeah.
And then it was probably a few years after that, like Bang Pow Boom came out. And that was the first like ICP CD I actually bought.
Oh, nice.
And then
Good one.
shortly after that, I met him.
Yeah, like Bang Pow Boom was the newest Joker card
Yeah.
when we met, because we met in early 2010.
And my experience with the second deck is so different because the second deck, I actually had to like wait for each CD to come out. And I could only listen to like one CD at a time. And like with Yum Yum, we went to a release party up in Detroit, Michigan. And I've never done anything like that. That was my first for me.
Yeah.
So this is like a totally different experience from like the first 6, which for me felt like went by like in a blink of an eye because I had all 6 at once. And that was my first time ever hearing it.
But now you finally got to like, you had something to look forward to from them. So that was like a new experience.
For sure.
It's funny.
Anxious, anticipating, and like, when's the next card gonna come out? Like, you know,
hearing stories of people that like kind of binge the first 6 and then only in a couple years span. It's almost like when a series of movies or something, like somebody people get into like Friday the 13th or something like that, and they go and binge all the movies. It's taken decades to get all these out, or a decade or whatever, but they just have it at their fingertips right there. It kind of reminds me of that. You just have that. You have the whole saga there that you can just go dive right into, like binge it, And
oh yeah, within a week, I had all 6 like listened to probably multiple times.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So you get all the CDs, you have all the 6 Joker's cards. Then what next?
Well, and that was the thing too, because I didn't have like money to buy the CD, so my main access was back then like YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So then Twisted came up, and I'm like, who the hell is Twisted? And then Boondocks shows up, and like you might also like video lists, and then I discovered ABK, and that's how it was a slow thing.
So was
I really didn't understand all that back then.
Right.
So was being a juggalo part of you getting into a relationship with DC?
Probably.
Yeah, because we met through mutual homies.
Okay. I think too, like being a juggalo before I met him and dating juggalos and dating guys that weren't juggalos, it just isn't the same. And there is that kind of like, are they going to understand? Or am I going to get a judgment? Are they going to go with me to like my first concert? Like, are they going to like blow me shit for like going without him?
Yeah.
So that definitely was something that appealed me to him. But like, I mean, look at him. All I had to see was that face.
Oh, he's a hunk. You don't got to tell us.
Handsome guy.
But the thing is, I age like wine. Like I feel like I'm more attractive now than I was.
For sure, for sure. And we met on MySpace. That was the era, man.
Oh wow,
right?
nice.
You know how you can have like your top 5 friends on MySpace, and like people would like if you weren't on that top 5, like you were butthurt basically.
Yeah, top 8.
He was on somebody else's top 5, and I was like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, yeah. That was cause for a relationship termination back then.
And then
if you're on
when
somebody
I went
else's
to your
top 8,
profile and you can like edit your background, you had like Hatchet Man or something. I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's the lottery. Like, what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
I mean, that was 2010. I was hardcore. Like everywhere I went, everyone knew.
Yeah.
I was a juggalo. Like there was no questioning. Now, I'll wear shirts that aren't exactly ICP related, but then it was like hat, shirt, shoes, socks.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about too, like when I was in high school, like I wasn't allowed to wear ICP stuff. So it was like I had a medallion that I would put like under my shirt. And then after I would get out of my parents' car and I'm like walking up, I would like pull it out.
Tuck your
Because
chain.
I wasn't allowed to have that at home,
Oh yeah.
Or like friends would give me shirts and stuff or whatever, So
yeah, that's interesting. So so you're becoming a juggalo while still living at home with your parents. I always love asking this because I think most people become juggalos, it seems, like in their formative years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So especially when you live with when you live with your parents, especially, you kind of like almost like a switch flips when you become a juggalo. So it's interesting to see how parents take it. So how did your parents take it? Obviously they weren't a fan of it, but how was it? Like,
not at all.
How did that play out? Like, did they eventually come around?
No, like there was one time I actually, when I first got my license, I was driving my mom's car a lot because I got my permit and stuff. And I would like take her to work, whatnot, and then go sneak around with him. And I had accidentally left like this burnt ICP mixtape in the car. Oh my God, I thought I was like going to get kicked out. It was that bad. Because she claims that she put it on, and the first song that played was "Fuck the World." And
It's
she was like,
believable. It really is.
I just remember her like not because of the cussing. She was against the cussing, and I was
Sure.
like, "Well, that was the worst song that could have played." Because
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And we've actually since
Yeah.
then we've made her a CD of the songs we think she'd approve of. Mild on the cussing, mild on the killing.
Okay.
like years and years ago,
Right.
years ago when we were like more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she have, what now is she like just kind of like whatever about it? Like, oh, that's
No, it's more so like everything is like. If like we even mentioned like we're going to a concert or something, it's like, oh, an ICP concert. And I'm like, not every like we listen to other music, you know, like not everything is ICP.
there's like a,
I-
there's like an air of judgment behind
Still
every.
hasn't come around.
yes,
huh?
yes, for sure.
Like well, I feel like maybe she's waiting for us to grow out of it, but I feel like she's also accepted that we like the music and we're
Yeah.
still good people, even though,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's,
Because I remember one time it was maybe we were dating maybe a year or two. I remember she came back from work and she said that one of her coworkers like played her some songs
Oh,
way
God,
before we
yeah,
made
that
the
was
CD.
awful.
And she's like, yeah, so one of my coworkers showed me this song and this song and this song. And I'm like, they probably went and picked you the worst ones. Not everything's like that. You got to remember this is just like the equivalent of a horror movie.
right. Yeah.
And see, when Bang Pow Boom, when they were touring for that album, I was still underage
Mm.
because my group of friends was going to sneak me to it. And then last minute, like the day before, I decided not to go because they were all over 18 and I was still under.
Mm.
And I was like, I just didn't want to get anyone in trouble because I probably would have been fine. But if my mom would have like come to check on my room or something and I wasn't there and like I could see her like pressing or trying to press charges or something, I could
Oof.
just see that happening.
Yeah.
So I was like, just didn't want to risk it. So I stayed back and I really regretted that.
Yeah, I mean,
but
if your
When
parents if your parents are that hardcore, it's probably a good idea to sometimes like be like, all right,
my dad didn't really give a shit, but my mom was like the big like anti.
Mm. I see.
That was, I would say Bang Pow Boom is what brought us together because the friends that she was talking about that she was going to go with, I originally was going to be the ride to take them. And the lady, her name was Leisha. She reached out to me. She's like, hey, would you be able to take me and a couple friends down to, it was the Bang Pow Boom tour. I was like, hell yes. Let me know when. And if you buy my ticket, I will drive you. And then I hit her up like 2 days before. And she's like, oh, I found another ride. Thanks though. So I ended up missing that tour.
We both
Oh
missed
man.
it.
And then it was like 2-3 months later is when you and I started talking as friends on MySpace.
It was
And I was
so-
like, oh, this whole time there's a bigger world of juggalos in the area that I didn't know. I only knew the one person.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Well, that's just because you're an introvert and I'm more extroverted.
Yeah.
Quick
It was
story.
bittersweet though, because they still invited me over and we like painted up and I helped them pack and it was like I wanted to go so bad. It's, like,
That was a fun
heart-wrenching.
tour. Quick story about the tour when they came here through Columbus. Jay came down in the crowd.
Really?
Yeah, he was out his biggest, at that point. He was
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
he was huge. He came down in the crowd and actually was like got attacked basically. I wouldn't say attacked, but
Hound
basically
dog.
got mobbed. Yeah, he basically got mobbed and he was swinging. I remember that.
Oh,
it,
shit.
It was it was at I think the LC or
Yeah.
whatever the hell it's called. now.
I'm sure I was at that show. I don't remember it all. Only thing I associate with that venue is the Wicked Wonka. I can never.
Yeah,
remember names.
I just remember that like he was actually pretty hype on that tour, but yeah. Anyway, so quick little story, but yeah, he
That's
was
funny.
swinging, man. He was not
That was
he
a-
was not fucking with them hound dogs like that.
Yeah. That was the tour he brought JJ out for, right? His son?
Maybe I
think
can't
so.
I can't remember that. I remember the Wicked Wonka him bringing the bait like he was a baby,
And that would have been what, like 2005, 6,
something like that.
something like that.
Yeah, I think JJ was born in 05. The
Okay.
Wicked Wonka tour was 03, so might
Oh.
have been a different tour.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I remember him bringing out as a little kid.
Yeah, it might have been.
a
It might have
one-
been Bang Pow Boom. Then.
Might have been
Sure.
the Bang Pow Boom then. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting held up on the minutia, but nevertheless, that I remember. I do remember being drunk at that show.
Was you?
I was pretty drunk.
Which one?
I think
The
Bang
Bang-
Pow Boom.
okay.
Yeah, I think at that point, me and you weren't like talking at that point, but I remember like seeing you and like even though we weren't like really like talking, like I think we at least like communicated at that
Okay,
time.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like we said what's up.
How-
like
We need to go
How
back
long
to
have
that.
you guys been friends?
I mean, we've literally
99.
I mean, yeah, we've literally been friends like 20 years,
Yeah.
it seems.
Yeah.
I mean, but we had a period where we kind of like, went apart from each other, But
A falling out. It happens with everybody.
But it was
They have a breaker.
yeah. I mean, we still always had mutual friends, so we would always see each other, and it would always be ICP that we would end up talking about or whatever, even though we weren't really talking any other time.
So what got you guys back together?
Just time. Enough time passed, and
One late night thinking about each other. And
Well,
one
I actually-
together or what?
Well, yeah, it was just one of those things. Like again, mutual friend.
When you have a certain friend that like, I'll put it this way, to me he's someone like he's a in my impression is he's a creative mind that you just can't let go. You have to be like, man, we used to do this, we used to do that, we used to do this, and we were good at it. I got to get back in touch with this guy.
Sure.
That type of shit. And then you talk to friends and you're like, hey man, tell him I want to hit him up. Tell him to call me. Tell him to blah 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 blah. That type of shit.
Some of that, just it was years, probably
Yeah.
5 years or so. And then I started a podcast, and I literally the first podcast I was like, I want to bring us. It was me and a few of us, it was me, Chris included. I brought Chris, Carver, and our other buddy all on the podcast. That was episode 1 of my podcast that we started, and then from there it was just like we just kept hanging again.
Yeah,
It
just
was
too much history to let go. I mean, a lot of history between us. We've been on stage together. We've been in pretty much fights together. We've been just a lot of shit, man.
It's
Relationships.
awesome that you guys were able to kind of come back and
Yeah.
just pick up where you left off.
Yeah, it works out sometimes.
And we're both people that like when we feel strongly about something, it's like fuck you, ride or die. But it's also like we can let go of it real quick too. It's like, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah.
You got to hold on to those friendships because
Yeah.
they're really hard to come by.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the dynamic that drew me into the podcast.
Well,
was
thanks.
That you guys are old time homies.
Yeah, I think growing up together, you just I've known him longer than I haven't, so you just kind of growing up together, you end up having the same sort of mannerisms, ideals or about life, yada yada. It just works out.
Well, because I think up to the point of me discovering your guys' podcast, there were plenty of podcasts where there was multiple people, but they met online. Whereas you guys were actually like in life, real friends. So there was a chemistry between you two that no other podcast had or
Yeah.
could create.
Like you could tell they were genuinely
Yeah.
good friends.
And there's evidence of that now because several of those podcasts have stopped. You know what I mean? And you guys are still going.
And I think that's one thing I mentioned when we discussed doing this podcast. I was like, because I was watching too. I was watching other people's podcasts, and I was like, we're going to be different just because we're going to be in the same room together, and we've known each other for that long. We haven't met online. It's not like a community meeting online and trying to create it's a legitimate friendship. That's where the core of it comes from. So I knew going into that it would be that slight difference. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, nevertheless, I mean, this isn't who our origin story.
Yeah, fuck that.
We part of the reason and to bring it back to you guys, that's part of the reason why I do enjoy watching your guys' streams and stuff when you're together, especially like I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube and live, but when I see you guys together, I enjoy it because as a married guy, especially, I enjoy watching your guys' interactions together, and it's just I don't know. It's fun to feel like you're there. That's why podcasts are fun to begin with, right? That's the whole point. So when you have people that are already like so close and everything, it makes it all more cohesive, and it all works out.
Yeah.
We've known each other since 2010,
So 13 years now.
and we also had a small break,
Yeah.
but we reconnected.
There you go.
Yeah,
But it wasn't 5 years. It was only like a year or so. So
Yeah, like 7 months, I think,
Yeah.
even. Yeah.
Well,
but there was just that friendship that I just, you know what I mean? It was like you just genuinely missed someone's company. It wasn't even, anything else. It was just and juggalo shit too. It was like we were each other's, concert buddy,
buddies, yeah.
gathering buddy. Like it's hard to let go of all that.
Oh yeah, it's like it's the history. That's part of it.
And I'll say like
Yeah.
your guys' channel. I'll say you guys because I see both of you on there doing things, but you know, and it's a unity between, you know, it's not just DC. You know, when I've watched DC videos, I've always seen you, Megz. I've always seen, so there's that connection there, and it's in, like, I'll use this word, humble. It is truly humble. Like, it's a genuine humble feeling of you know, it invites you in, and like, yeah, that's what you guys have. And like that,
Thank you.
When people
That
have
means a
asked,
lot.
when people from day one, when people have asked me like, there's like YouTube, there's like juggalos on YouTube, I've always said like, yeah, go check out DC, because like I think you're the most inviting person in this community.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You're pretty laid back personality.
Oh
I
yeah,
try to be.
we love him. We love DC, and we love you, Megz. You know, who cares about him? Once again,
Yeah, and that's what I said.
I was doing YouTube videos way before he was.
She
so
really was. She's the reason I even did YouTube.
Yeah.
2005, YouTube became a thing, and I instantly got a YouTube channel and lied because I was not 14.
okay.
And then I made another one when I was 14.
That's crazy.
What were
that
you-
early.
what were
But
you-
I was the one that like pushed him.
What were you doing on there? Like, Megz, what were you doing on your YouTube
Stupid
channel?
shit.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
Yeah. Well,
She was so
everything was
embarrassed
back
by it.
then.
There's some of it I couldn't.
Yeah.
She
no,
wouldn't let me watch some
it's
of it.
long been deleted. Like I was young and stupid.
Yeah. I mean, my kids. I have kids that
I
have
think
grown
the only
up in
one
this
she
age.
let me
And,
watch-
yeah, you're good. I'm sorry. Where there's a little bit of a delay. I'm sorry.
Oh, is there?
My YouTube channel now mostly has concert footage, concert vlogs,
Life vlogs.
like monthly vlogs with us, and just kind of like adventures that we go on. Like we went to a monster truck rally, so I like vlogged that. And his is more so like CD reviews. And
Yeah, juggalo shit.
reaction.
You did some reviews for a minute. I don't know if your
I
heart was
did.
in it.
No, it was, but you critiqued it too much, and I stopped.
Oh wow, damn.
Constructive criticism.
You were like,
I didn't mean to make fun of you.
you did like he was watching it and he was like making fun of it, and I was like, "That's the last fucking CD review
I'm
I do."
sorry, but you were like pointing out the case being cracked. I'm like, that's like not the artist's fault though. Like, let's put it in a new case for you.
I will say, I mean,
I
DC
was
has some of the best
critiquing as a
reviews.
watcher.
Yeah. You're a little more concise and just like
Yeah, that's a hard. I mean, come on now, come on. Let up a little bit. You got some of the best reviews online as far in this community, so you
can't hold everybody to
you
that
get-
standard.
Yeah.
One little mistake to point out a crack, and then it's,
Man, that's
but
funny.
I don't
though.
think I've done any since then.
Oh wow, come on, Megz,
you
bring
could've
back
tried
a CD review. Megz, what
You should.
what's Megz? What's the next actual ICP Juggalo or not? What's the next CD coming out that you're looking forward to?
The one at the gathering.
Well,
Yeah.
Weeping What? You should fucking do a review of it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Do it! Come on, y'all.
should.
Beg Megz to do a review. We want to see it. And if the fucking CD is cracked, I want to know. If the case is cracked, I want to know.
And honestly,
Wicked Clown
Yum Yum,
style.
the whole Yum Yum series, do it all.
Well, start.
Yeah, that would probably be more my style.
Yeah, start slow, but yeah, man. I mean, I'd love to watch it. In DC, everybody has their own style. I would love to see somebody pointing out all the fucking little dumb shit, and especially as a guy that works in QA. I want to know all the shit that slipped through the
So
cracks.
what if I did a video like pointing all that shit out and absolutely nothing about the album itself?
That'd be great.
Yeah, like it sounds
I don't
fine.
know
It
if I
sounds
wanna
fine, I
use
guess,
the
but it
color.
looks beautiful.
I don't really think that this green is a good green. I would have went with like a hunter green.
Yeah, that's funny. I love that. You know.
So, Megz, I did have a question about this whole era, the Yum Yum era. What has this meant to you? What is this era of Yum Yum and that they're going to the direction of the let's make a female Joker's card, that type of thing. Not that I'm trying to accuse your gender. What is it called?
Assume your gender.
Assume it. Why did I say accuse a gender?
Well, the last time we had talked about I don't want to put words in your mouth. You had said something about you kind of took it as like Jay's toxic ex,
Yeah, like a toxic relationship equal to
Yeah.
a toxic joke.
but I took it as he was a toxic one in the relationship.
Oh wow, that's a great fucking take. Wow, yeah, and you know what?
It had like a complete opposite when we like listened to the whole album and we were talking after, and I was like, I got like a totally different feeling, and I don't remember now, but some of the lyrics we had kind of went over, and it was like I kind of could see your side, you could kind of see my side, and like, oh, that could be Jay, or it could be a girl, like it could be both.
See, this is why you have to have other perspectives from other. I mean, like, yeah, that's a great take because you can obviously tell Jay is toxic in a lot of different aspects of what he's doing with the music and in his life, and he admits it, so it's not a bad thing. But like, yeah, that's crazy. That's really
what
cool.
would be a cool idea is if she didn't want to go jump right back into reviews, you could always do one with DC, especially if it's a juggalo one. You could each listen to it and then each have your own opinions and bring it, and then like it would be kind of a fun discussion about it. That might be something to throw out there. Just saying. Yeah. You guys do but hey,
doing, like a listening party possibly.
We've done like 1 or 2 listening parties so far, and I think that they're good because we can get our first impressions right then and there.
That's a great idea. I wonder if we'll be able to get it in time to listen to it before we do our show. Well, if it's open Wednesday, we should be able to get Wednesday, listen to it, maybe talk about it on the show during the live show. Anyways, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, sure, let's do that. Yeah.
All right. Megz, all right. Well, let's see. We've held you up for a while, Megz. Is there any last things you want to discuss, talk about, or mention? Any other cool I mean, you're welcome to tell any other stories. If you don't feel we're holding you up, we can keep talking.
No, you're fine. We don't have anything going on.
Is there any specific juggalo like moments or stories that you do want to share that pop out that you definitely wanted to put out there?
Probably my first gathering. Or my first concert.
Okay. I'd say both, even.
It was an American Psycho tour, so it was seeing ICP and Twisted together.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a pretty good one.
And I was not prepared. No one prepared me for Faygo break, and I got like hit twice by Shaggy.
Were you
and
front?
The lights and everything? Like it was just really intense. But I fell in love with just the experience, and we've just been concert buddies ever since. Like that was not only my first ICP concert, that was my first concert ever.
Oh, wow.
And I was like
wild.
17, 18? I had to be 18.
2011, I think you were 18.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been allowed to go if I wasn't 18.
Damn,
so.
That's crazy.
Now,
I had to like just turn 18, yeah.
Now, have you, at that point, had you watched the shockumentary? Did you have any clue what you were going? No, nothing. Okay.
No.
Going in blind to that had to be a fucking real wake-up call in life.
I was like, I love ICP, and they're coming close in my hometown. Let's go. I'm 18. Let's go.
And I may have falsely led you because when we got there, our seats was back a little bit. And I'm like, oh, we're not going to get hit by a single bottle. Within 15 minutes, they're shooting by us. I'm like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Be careful. Watch the bottles as they're coming.
And you ducked.
I did duck.
And it hit me like right in the throat.
Oh, man.
Oh,
you gotta be on it.
Hey, Megz, don't feel bad. I won't go into it. I think I've told it before, but my wife will tell you the story of when she was pregnant, and I dragged her to the gathering, and we were getting chased out because we didn't have tickets, and we all ran, and she got left behind because it was so muddy, and she got stuck in the mud.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
I didn't run too far. I was maybe like 20 yards ahead, and I came back for her. She was stuck in the mud.
You're never going to live that down.
I know.
Never.
Believe me, I don't. She mentions it every time the gathering's brought up. I know. I'm not kidding. I think she mentioned it when
you want to go. Yeah, so you can pitch me again.
Yeah, seriously, that's a common thing.
We always joke about the sink or float that he used to do. Because that was my idea that I wanted to do for my channel, but he was not on board.
Wow.
And then he went and he did it on his channel, and then like it took off, of course.
Wow.
Well, that is
now, like every video, people are like, bring sink or float back.
Wow.
And I'm like,
that's asshole-ish, but it's also genius.
That's true.
But now he doesn't do it at all. So
well, because it was Faygo floats, I'm like, this feels like it should be on my channel, but I always do feel bad about that, and that's why
you should feel bad. You should.
And that's why I've said now, if we do bring it back, it would probably be on your channel.
No, I wouldn't take it from you. Because
No.
on my channel we do the Is It Faygo thing, where we like blind taste test a Faygo flavor with other off brands.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah.
I think we've done cola, orange, and twist.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
really
like
fun.
for Twist, we had like Sprite, we had Faygo, we had the 7-Up, and we would blind taste test and see if we could guess which
So
one was Faygo. Or
That's
not.
on your. That's still on your channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
people
There's
can
a
go watch
couple of
that.
them.
What were you gonna mention?
I did have a question now. Now, early on with the channel, did you guys take, like, how seriously did you take it? Did you view it as a business? Did you have a lot of decisions that you made, like, man, I need to do this because it belongs on my channel, blah blah blah. Did you have a lot of those types of thoughts, or was it just kind of like, yeah, whatever, let's fuck around? Because you seem meticulous, like you really wanted to create something that would actually matter.
So I was already doing like vlogs just so that I could go back and, view the memories and stuff. And he was watching CD reviews a lot. So I was like, you should start your own channel and do CD reviews. And then the more comfortable I think he got on camera, the more he was in my vlogs. And then when we got kind of more financially stable, we were going to more concerts and stuff. So that's why I have like a lot of concert vlogs on my channel now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really ever in the
Was it-
beginning like that.
It was never really like a business decision.
Yeah.
It was just kind of
Like for fun.
if she has an idea, we'll
Yeah.
typically put it on her channel. And a lot of times it's just if I have an idea, I kind of just go in and do it.
I think it's different now though, because you have so many more subscribers than me.
Hmm.
That a lot of times we will put stuff on his channel because it will reach more people.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of you guys each having your own channel, and I mean,
Yeah.
and the beauty of not having a boss about it is you can do whatever the fuck you want. Put it on her channel, put it on your channel, put it on both, but whatever. Who gives a shit, you know? Like you know.
It's interesting that you brought that up though, because we had talked about maybe merging.
Hmm.
Because like my gathering, we went to the GCG con, the first one, and I think it has like 300 views, and that's it.
Oh wow.
And I vlogged it like day by day, and I was like, we had talked about maybe re-releasing it on his channel so we could get to more people.
Yeah, that'd be
YouTube's
cool.
algorithm just kind of fucks her
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, that's
Well,
frustrating.
and I used to do live streams and stuff, but then they changed the policy, and I'm short, I think like 100 or 200 subscribers, so now I can't do live streams anymore.
That's some bullshit.
I know, right? Because we used to do like lunch with Megz in DC, where we
Oh,
would like
yeah.
go out and do live streams.
Yeah, see,
It
I
was
like all that shit.
basically Juggalo Talk before Juggalo Talk.
Yeah.
What
Then
is
when I couldn't do it on my channel anymore, we were like, well, shit. So we kind of just went and did Juggalo Talk on his channel then.
so I'm assuming you have plans on vlogging the gathering. Are you going to be with a camera walking around? Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
Which
We've been watching like the old vlogs
Yeah.
and just dying laughing at like stupid shit.
Oh
and
yeah.
she's a
reminiscing and
she's a ninja when it comes to vlogging, and I was fully expecting her to vlog the Twisted Show Keezy. And when we got back, I was like, "So how many clips did you get?" She's like, "I was just kind of in the moment with you guys." So I asked her if she was going to do that at the gathering. She's like, "I'm not going to say shit because I'm a ninja."
Okay.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
well,
That's I like getting candid shots. I'd rather do that than like set shit up. Like,
Yeah.
hey, just get some
Yeah.
cool footage. You know, it's fun.
it's gotta be natural,
Yeah,
not
for sure.
scripted.
Staged.
We did have before we let you go, we had a question in the chat from our homeboy and best friend of the show, Vinny Matt Kissinger. He said, which ICP song made a change of your life or gave you a new meaning, like become an official Juggalo ICP fan? I think he's saying like which songs had the most meaning to you that would make you become a fan.
I think you mentioned it was in my room, right?
Yeah.
That was the first song I ever heard, so I'd say that one for sure because it completely changed the whole course of my life.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a
I was
good one.
a teenager, so I mean, it completely changed who I hung out with. I probably wouldn't have met him if I hadn't got into ICP.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Like if we weren't
Yeah.
Juggalos, our worlds would
Oh,
be
yeah.
way different than they are now.
Same. I don't even know what the fuck I would do.
Kind of linked to that question, Megz. What do you go back to now? Kind of what's like your default fallback music when you kind of go into this Juggalo world? What do you just throw in now? What sparks your head? What is like
I
that
can
feels
answer
right?
that. I can answer that.
Probably a tie between Malenko and Great Jackal Brothers for sure.
Okay, hell yeah.
I was gonna say Juggalo Brothers, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I was an angry teenager when I got into them, so it kind of makes sense that like that. When I hear Great Malenko or Jackal Brothers, it just takes me back to like being young and like hearing it for the
Yeah.
first time, but also the second Joker card came out on the
Ringmaster.
second deck
Death Pop.
Death.
Death
when we were
Pop.
together. So
Yeah.
when I hear the Death Pop, it just makes me think of like us being young and just
yeah.
invincible and
I love
a new
that about
relationship.
like
Yeah.
each album does that, isn't it? Isn't
Oh,
it pretty
yeah.
cool? Like each era has its own little like nostalgia memory tied
Yeah.
to it. It's awesome.
And Yum Yum was the first one that has come out since we've been married.
Yeah.
And I feel like now as adults, we have matured so much, even in the last like 5 years. So for me, it's like I hear Yum Yum and I think about like how lucky I feel to have him and not be in a toxic relationship anymore and
Yeah.
like have my shit together, you know, and just be happy. Like it just makes me feel really thankful and blessed to have you. I always tell him like I feel like I won the lottery with him. Like he's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll tell you what though, I'd kill for that beard, man.
I would too, and then he keeps cutting it. I keep telling him not to.
My oldest brother tells me he's jealous of my beard, and I'm like,
All right.
and I did trim it recently. I do like a reset every so often, and then I get in trouble.
Yeah.
There was one time that he like shaved it without talking to me. He just shaved it.
Like all the way down to the skin.
Oof.
Yeah, and I was like, you know,
You can't do that. Can't do it.
you gotta learn life has consequences. So I refused to listen
Oh.
for like
That's
2
great.
months until he grew it back out.
Wow, that's a rough punishment. Jeez. Yeah.
Because I remember you being like, "You really not gonna kiss me goodbye? You really not gonna kiss me goodbye?" I'm like, "Yeah, you have to learn somehow." Like apparently nothing else is working.
So cruel.
That's
All right.
fucking
To
great.
the point where I have to make sure when I was looking earlier this year, I got a new job, and during the process, it was, are they going to allow me to keep my beard? That was one of the criteria points for getting a new job.
Yeah.
Can I have a beard?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I would be the same fucking way if I could grow that beard. Fuck yeah. As soon as I grew that shit out, I'd be like, this ain't going nowhere. My life depends on this shit.
That's why sometimes when you see my videos and it's looking extra bushy, like I haven't groomed the shit, that's because I'm like debating if I'm going to get in trouble for grooming it.
Usually too, like you'll ask me to help trim it or whatever, and so I'll be like, "Oh yeah, this weekend," and then this weekend will happen. I'm like, let's do it Monday. We'll do
Yeah,
it Monday
right.
for sure." And I'm like, keep putting it off.
She's my official barber, so if my barber's not free and I don't trim it, and then finally I do it, then I get in trouble.
I tried to get my wife to
You
do mine, but she couldn't do it
definitely
right.
Your hair too.
All right. Hey, well, let's wrap it up. We'll let you guys go so we can move on. But we love talking to you guys. You're welcome back anytime, obviously. We loved hearing your story, Megz. We
Well,
appreciate
thanks
you
for
joining
having
us. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Anything else for them? You good?
That's it. I can't wait to hang out with you guys at the gathering. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
it.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
See you next Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. All right.
Yep, you too. See you guys.
Whoop, whoop. See ya.
ya.
All right. There they go.
Right out the door. But you know what, man? They came in with a bang.
Came
in with a bang and left with a
pow. And then we had a boom. There it is. Vinny, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us, homeboy. Once again.
No, that ain't right.
I wanted to shout you out. So before we get into reviewing the Wraith Hell's Pit, which let's keep it real. There's not going to be a whole lot to say about that, but
There ain't, man. I swear, every time I've heard this, I don't retain it.
it's hard. So,
It's just there's nothing to this.
oh yeah, I know. So, Vinny Mac asks, is anyone getting high? Vinny Mac, you know I am, bro. You know I got you. I'm always
Baby, you know I'm always high.
high on life.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I just did there, but hey,
What's the song?
it looked good on camera,
What's
right?
the weed song on here? It's Hydro. Twisted, get me lifted, got me zipping up and dipping, got me dipping up and dooping up and dooping up and down. Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, show that.
20th anniversary of the Green Book. I got this yesterday on the anniversary. How you like that?
Fuck yeah, man. That's kind of crispy and
It's
cool.
it's really cool. I ordered this from Target. I pre-ordered it before Magic Ninja offered their like really cool like limited version, of course. But I pre-ordered it. It's cool. The vinyls are gold. That's kind of neat. Feel free to pull it out. There's a booklet that came with it. The booklet that came with it is the same as the CD. I found out. I hadn't looked at the CD one in a long time, but.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, here I'll click the zoom here so folks can see. Yes, it's a crispy gold vinyl. It looks a little weird in our lighting.
It's got like a tie-dye look to it.
Yeah, it's kind
but
of.
you can't see it on the.
It's got like a
camera.
marbling.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
little bit of a marbling. And then the booklet. I'll say this: the booklet has their faces like this, but something's weird about it. Isn't Jamie's face weird? Like I know I know even in the originals these are photoshopped. I remember, but even this face I think is different than the one that's in the CD, like the white face. It just fucks me up. It's weird.
Well, I remember you pulled the plastic off and it was like just a white paint,
Right.
and maybe they just like scanned that together.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, the book is the same as the CD. So if you have the CD, you got all that shit. It's pretty cool. Most vinyls don't come with books, so that's pretty sweet. I like it. I recommend getting it. We love the Green Book. It is by far my favorite Twisted CD. I think it is their magnum opus. I could listen to it every day and never get tired of it. Truly.
It's one they really loved working on, and they were really hyped about it, and everybody was hyped about it. And when it came out, it delivered. I mean, it was a great album.
Yes.
So yeah,
Much better than the album we're about to listen to. That said, like, you know, look, Hell's Pit is a fine enough album, but no one asked for these remixes. No one. But I might say that
nope.
I might say that I enjoy more of the remixes on this album than the last album.
Oh, really?
I think so. Still not great, but you know.
Again, every time I listen to this album, nothing sticks. But in the moment, I might go, that was a better. Yeah. Let's clock them in and see what we get. What we like off the Wraith remix? 2 songs?
Yeah,
3?
I think we liked just a couple of them. We liked Homies. We liked the Mike Clark songs. Homies, Walking to the Light. I think this song is pretty sweet. Right off the bat, I think it starts good. Mike Clark schools
I
this.
do like this. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is darker than the original.
Yeah, this remix is really cool. And the guitar's like.
Yeah. I mean, it just sounds a little more subdued, but psychologically wicked,
Yeah.
rather than just like bum 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 with like a heavy. This kind of gets under your skin.
Yeah, it gives them room to it gives room for the lyrics to
Yes.
breathe. It's all like it's more deeper in the background, you know. Almost.
And I think Jay sounds pretty good on it.
Oh, it sounds great.
Yeah, this reminds me of some I don't know, maybe some everybody. Yeah, I don't know. It's good though. I like it. I can't come up with words for it, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is probably the best remix on the album.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. I think because Mike Clark did Hell's Forecast last time, and we did enjoy that. But yeah, the Mike Clark remixes on this album are fantastic. There's one I maybe don't care much for, but man, there's some good ones on here. But I know I was shitting on the album, and now I'm like, oh, this rules. But the general feeling when I listen to this is I don't care. I'd rather listen to the real album. Is what my general feeling is.
Yeah, I think especially with Shangri-La, I would much rather listen to the actual album.
Yeah.
The Mikey Clark mixes don't save it for me, you know.
Yeah. I wonder if I can put a. Oh. I could put a.
Yeah, Kissinger's Media, absolutely. This is a great beat. Sounds good. I don't know if you've ever heard these remix albums. Check them out if you haven't. The Mikey Clark remixes are especially standouts. Check those out. I think you'd like them. Walk into the Darkness, OG or remix? You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go with the remix because I've never loved the OG. Never.
Really?
I always thought that was lackluster.
I've always thought the OG was dope, man. I love Walking Through the Darkness. It's literally probably my favorite song on Hell's Pit. No joke.
I just was expecting more, and this gives it to me. This is the actual psychological disturbing darkness that I
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah, those horns and like
Yeah.
creepy.
You know what I mean?
By the way, remember last week we didn't have the booklet. You were
Yeah.
curious about that. By the way, I do want to say this about the CD. You know, Megz brought this up. I'm gonna talk about the quality of this CD case. I'm not kidding. The quality of the CD case fucking blows. All right. This who was this? Red Distribution. This
It
is
was
a
those cheap ass two
Dude,
trays.
this double disc. There's no chance of this keeping in there at all. And it flips open, and the back like cover can just fall out when you flip it open.
well, you got a broke hook on there.
Well,
That's-
why do those break so quick and easy?
Yeah, well, yeah,
That's what I'm
you're right.
saying. Well, you got a good point, but I know it's sometimes the people who take care of it. But even this one, I don't think anyone's missing on this one.
I have a couple of these
Yeah,
cases. If you want to, I'll bring one over. You can switch one out.
really? All right.
Yeah, I bought some. I bought the
Oh,
the
for
double
real?
ones,
If you have
yeah.
it,
I
extra.
bought some off Amazon. They're just as cheap.
Oh, dope.
They
I thought
really
you meant
are.
like cheap, like
They're like even cheaper than this because they're made nowadays,
Yeah,
and
that's
they're like way worse. But hey, bring one over for
yeah,
you.
sure. If it has a fixed middle, just bring me the middle piece.
Yeah,
All right, nevertheless.
but like this is crazy. I like this shit. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, this one stands out more. I don't know why.
That's Mike
That's
Clark.
probably a hot take.
You know why? It's Mike Clark.
It just stands out better. It's crazier. It's more wicked. It's more like, I don't know. It's more like, it sounds like a fucking, you're walking through a cathedral in hell, and it's slow and somber.
All right, this is Monoxide's remix of Suicide
Horrible.
Hotline.
Horrible.
Think so?
Suicide Hotline, the original, is one of my favorite songs
It's
off
great.
of Hell's Pit.
This remix does suck. It's like funky.
I don't mind the beat.
I like the beat too, but it's like for this song.
Yeah, no.
It's very funky. Like,
For Suicide Hotline, the original beat fits way better. This is like, man, dude, man. It's like, maybe this is what Monoxide thought. He was like, look, Suicide Hotline was depressing, okay? But it had a happy ending. Let me make the entire song sound like the happy ending.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel it.
So that's probably what he did. But
So it's not a bad beat. I'm gonna guess this is a beat he had already made and just like
Yeah.
threw it on here. And it sounds fine, but the OG is so iconic that I don't want to
Yeah.
hear this shit. You know, no one asked for this. This is
get
not.
it out of here. Get it the fuck out of here.
We'll go to the next one. CPKs, I like. I like this.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Mikey Clark.
I think I like this one better too than the original.
Wow, really?
I hate CPKs.
Wow.
And dude, I'm not gonna lie. I remember when Jay rapped this
Yeah, I remember at the
at the gathering.
seminar. Yeah,
At the seminar gathering, he rapped this, and I was like, "That's trash."
really.
Even back then, I was like, "That sounds like shit."
I thought it was cool.
I was like, he's proud of that. That's like what he chose to rap off Hell's Bid. I'm sorry, but that's
Okay,
what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was okay.
In 2003, was it 2003? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it had to have been because it came out in 04. Yeah.
So in 2003 gathering, everybody was like, "Dude, what's Hell's Pit gonna be? What's Hell's Pit gonna be like?" Jay was like, "I got some lyrics. Check this out, y'all. I got the crooked picture killer when they turn into beast." And I was like sitting there going,
Because
This is
first,
dumb.
he was also like, "Here's some of the. It's got the wickedest lyrics you've ever heard. You guys have never heard." He really hyped it up like that,
Yeah,
didn't
and it
he? He's
was
like,
dumb.
"All right, y'all." He's like, "Y'all ain't ready for this. All right, this is some wicked shit. Y'all ready for some wicked shit?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "That's right." Whatever the fuck. However, CPK starts.
Dude,
So that's what you hear.
I thought Hell's Forecast was wickeder. I thought shit off Riddlebox was 1,000 times wickeder.
I don't know. That said, though, I mean, I know I keep saying that said, but I do like CPKs. I like the OG. I like the remix. I don't have any problem with it, but I get it.
I hate both of them. I like the OG a little bit better, or I like the Mikey Clark mix a little bit better, but I don't like either of them.
I like that little, like, what's that little, like, trumpet or whatever in the background? What is that? Or saxophone?
Yeah, like it, we're like killing preachers to jazz now. Like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's sweet. But what about the chimes and shit? That's cool, right? Mikey Clark's
That's
killing
pretty
it.
cool. Yeah, I do like this one a little bit better.
Faggots.
Look,
Oh, there goes our monetization. Shit. He said it. He said it.
F bomb.
Oh, and I'm mad they got rid of the hell is a real place. I like that shit at the end of this. It's
Yeah.
a real place.
Wha-
Hell, down the down,
I got
hell.
a question though. Why? Okay, it's a preacher, and he's obviously.
Oh, that sounds like Legs Diamond, by the way. What's that sample? I'm sorry.
He's a preacher and he's molesting.
Yeah.
And that's who they're talking about, right?
Yes.
Why does he got to be a faggot?
Well, back then,
Why does he got to be a homosexual?
that's what you called people who did that.
So he's a homosexual.
No, he's not a homosexual. He's a F-bomb. It's a different thing. You know that.
Wait, hold on.
We all know that.
But why is he not molesting? Like, why is it got to be? So he's molesting boys.
You know that. Of course. They don't molest girls. Priests and preachers don't molest girls.
I think there's some deeper conversation on that we're going to leave off this podcast.
Perfect. We'll save it for our political podcast we're going to start.
Yeah, we're going to start that one up soon. Check it out, y'all. It's going to be called Kesey and Carver Talk Politics, and it's going to be huge.
Oh, shit.
But no. Crooked Pete Preacher Killers is probably one of the worst ICP songs. I've never liked it. I know people like it. But I just want to I want to hang on this.
Look,
for a
I'm not
minute.
gonna defend it because I don't care about it. I don't like it that much. I do like it, but yeah, I can see why. It's a weird fucking. It's a goofy song with a goofy beat. The sentiment I love. I think it's great. Killing preachers. I like some of the imagery they use and shit. But
You know what I think that song was? It was like, man, I want to make a song that's like Mr. Johnson's Head, where I'm killing, like I'm going after a particular thing, like a teacher.
okay,
A teacher that's teaching me shit history, and I'm just a crazy guy in the back,
Yeah.
and I'm going against authority. That's the shitty teachers trying to teach me false education. So I'm gonna kill him because I'm already crazy.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
And I think that's what he was trying to like create was like another type of that, and it just is not even, dude. It's not even. It's a light. It's 1,000 light years away of even coming close to Mr. Johnson's Head.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if you're gonna compare it to Mr. Johnson's Head, sure, it sucks dick. But standalone in 2004 ICP on this album, it's fine to me. You know, that's kind of where how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, standalone as an ICP song, I say it's probably on the lower half of the songs I really love by ICP. You know,
and I know it's different. It's Shaggy and Jay. Mr. Johnson's Head was just Jay.
sure. I get the comparison though, but I don't know. I never got that feeling. I just always felt like they were trying to do something wicked, and like that was the first thing. Just like Jay wanted to do the butt fucking song, he wanted to do the killing preacher song. You know,
Yeah.
to be wicked. That's literally
Butt fucking song.
the butt fucking Lotus song. You know. Hey, by the way,
I wish Mars was there to tell him like, no, don't do the Crooked Preacher Killers. Please don't. It just no. And the thing about it is that's what he thought to spit at the seminar. That's what he thought was the shit.
Yeah. I know. You're right. He thought that was the wickedest shit he could pull out. I had a few notes. I just remembered. I have a note that says "Welcome to the darkness" instead of walk into the darkness. I think at the beginning of that song he says "Welcome to the" which is one thing I wanted to point out.
Yeah.
And one thing, what song is it where he says "Still up in a chair with my thoughts behind me"? That was Suicide Hotline, right? I love that line. Still up in a chair with my thoughts behind me, right? He's saying like his brain's like that imagery there is like.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I never really caught that as like an imagery thing. You know, thoughts behind you just kind of brush off as like a random line, but he's literally talking about his like brain splatter on that. That line stuck out to me as like very inventive. And I have a line that says, it's just a line that you know how sometimes you listen to a song that's been so long, you listen to it again, and you understand lyrics that you didn't before.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lyric I think on this song.
That's the beauty of rap.
Yeah.
Hip hop, lyricism.
And by the way, this song, I want to talk about this song in particular because Mike Clark, by the way, remixed this song. Do you recall the song?
By the way, let's go back to Truly Alone. Hated that remix.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
next.
not great. It's not great.
Love that song though.
Great song.
One of the best songs off Hell's Pit.
Bad in concert.
Yeah, yeah. I love this song, but yeah, and when he's like on the mic, like truly
One
alone.
light shining on him.
Truly alone.
Yeah, he's like a shadow.
Yeah, I don't know. ICP
Stop.
concert, just walk around and be hype. Or Faygo. I mean,
And he plays like all 3 verses of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, this song, by the way, Every Day I Die, which by the way, on the original, I like.
I liked the original.
So I know I don't want to put you on the spot, but when's the last time you listened to this Mikey Clark remix?
Oh man,
It's been a while.
yeah.
All right, so he does something very peculiar I've never heard on a remix or any song for that matter. He puts the beat like a quarter back or whatever, like behind the lyrics. So the lyrics all start, or whatever it is, vice versa. The lyrics all start like early on every beat, and it's weird, but it works on this song. But pay attention, like you'll notice it immediately. But it sounds like they're off beat, but they're not, and it's a pretty cool tactic Mike did here. I've never heard him do it before.
All right, let's check this out. So you're saying he starts with that guitar first?
No, just the fact that it's like kind of like it's like the lyrics aren't on the beat like how you would expect it to be. See, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he starts the lyric like a beat before you would expect it. You don't know what I'm talking about?
So you're saying when he said this giant behemoth is coming, that's where the snare would be.
Yeah.
Like the giant behemoth is, but it's like not that.
Yeah, it's like a
not-
beat
yeah,
before
I
it.
gotcha.
Does
No,
anybody know what I'm talking about? It's weird.
I get what you're saying. What's
the hook? Anyway, it's like when the hook comes in, it sounds fucking.
This beat. The snare and everything was the backbeat. He created this beat on the backbeat. That's why it sounds like that.
Even listen, like Shaggy's verse starts like a beat. Soon.
You can do that. You can do that in hip hop. You can go on the backbeat or you can go
Go
on
on
the
the foreground beat, and,
But
most of the time it'll still work.
I think it's fucking me up so much because I'm so used to how it originally is. But I was even thinking as a writer, like if you were writing to this beat, I would never write it how he's done it here.
yeah.
I would write it to like the standard beat, but the way he did it, and I think it's also because they wrapped it to the original beat as intended. So I think their inflections aren't like what you expect.
Yeah.
So I think that's all fucking me up. But it's very cool. It's interesting. At least he did something different. And he loves it. All right, I'll put the poll up. So far, everybody have liked the OG.
I do like this one.
Okay.
I think it's a good one.
I agree. Yeah, I'll start a poll.
By the way, very soon, off topic,
Yes. No, please.
new Cartoon Nightmares coming.
Oh, hit the fucking new Cartoon Nightmares. I think they're debuting it next week at the Gathering. Yeah. The 6th and final Cartoon Nightmares. You've been waiting. It's coming next week.
Yeah. That being said, I'm gonna take me a little minute break. I'll be right back.
Go take a little twinkle. Yes, we've been hard at work on. When did we drop the 5th Cartoon Nightmares? It was like September or some shit. It's been a long time. So we've been hard at work grinding. We've been grinding. You guys have no idea our grinding. But it's almost done. It'll be ready next week. Every Day I Die, Mikey Clark remix. I like the guitar. I like everything about it. It's a weird mix. No one else, I guess, agrees with me, but blew my mind. Let's see. Super famous fun time guys started to make a cover of Every Day. Oh, that would be really cool. You know, DC, it's funny you mentioned that. I was bored at work the other day. I was actually listening to music, which I almost never do. I usually listen to podcasts. And I fucking, I turned on Super Famous Fun Time guys. I'll tell you, I didn't hate it. I didn't let it play. Vinny, you said no way. I'll be seeing you all, man. Joining the crew. You absolutely may hang out with us at the gathering. Let's see. Let me turn this down so I can think about my thoughts. Yes, you could come if you're there. We'll be at the podcast tent, whatever the fuck it's called. Where it's the same place, the flea market. You'll see it on your Juggalo agenda map thing. The flea market. It's Thursday at noon. Come hang out with us. We'll be in the tent, kicking it, hanging with all the other cool podcasters. All the cool ones we'll be hanging out with. Mr. Green, I'm talking about you. And Vinny, please come hang. We'll have our homie Gage, maybe DC and Megz, but the Echo Side tournament is at the same time, so who knows? So they claim this remix of The Witch is a Tech 9. It's the Tech 9 remix. It literally says featuring Tech 9. By the way, not on it, but Michael Seven Summers and Rob Rebeck did the beat. What do you think about it?
Well, I'll say this. I know I'm probably going to sound like just a Hell's Pit hater.
Please.
This is another song I hate. I hate The Witch.
I don't like it very much.
I've never liked The Witch. Number one, why is it The Witch?
Yeah, that's very peculiar.
They basically The Witch is Satan.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone refer to a witch as a boy ever. And refer to a witch before this album. It's really weird.
So I don't know why. Maybe does anybody know why the witch? It's the witch instead of the devil.
Yeah,
doesn't it seem like he's talking about the devil, but it's the witch?
Yes, it is what he's talking. He's talking about specifically the devil. Yes.
So if anybody knows that, let us know. But that's what it seems to me. But other than that, I've just never liked it. The story's okay. The descriptive lines are okay.
Yeah.
I think there's some very descriptive lines in this song that make me visualize things.
Witches in the middle.
There's
in the middle.
There's some cool stuff, but this song was so boring and like I don't know. I kind of like this one better.
I actually would agree.
I like this one.
I actually do kind of like this one better.
I like this one a little bit better.
Like it's fun. It's got it's weird organ and shit. Like I don't know. It fit the vibe good. It sounds like a fucking like vampire beat or some shit to me. You know. So it fits the theme. The witch, whatever the fuck that is, I guess. Gage interpreted the witch as a demon. Vinny says he's against the devil. The devil go home. Maskey says the Witch remix is probably the only remix I like over the originals. So.
Oh, really? Just this one? Or sorry, which one he said?
Yeah, he said the Rich remix. That's the only one he likes over the original.
Okay.
All right, so Bowling Balls is the Monoxide remix.
Again, I don't hate the beat. It's not great, but Bowling Balls, I actually do kind of like the original.
Yeah. Let me see what notes I had.
I kind of like Bowling Balls, the original. I kind of like it a lot because it's fucking so goofy.
I like Bowling Balls. It's a stupid song, and you want to talk about why the Witch? Why Bowling Balls?
Again, yeah.
I mean, I get it, maybe the two eyes in the mouth, you could, but they've never once before this song referred to a head as a bowling ball. It's always been a nugget or something else, So it's weird that they're just dropping. I mean, they're like Tech 9, dropping their own slang,
Yeah.
That's all it is, I guess. That's how I see it. This is Bianca's and Beatrice's.
I think back in the day, this is what was different about ICP in this era. Back in the day, if they would have said ice heads or bowling balls, they would have had a bowling song. They would have talked about like using heads to go bowling and shit.
Yes. They would have like this song. Other than the name bowling
Yeah,
balls,
they
they
say
don't even
no-
say the word
Yeah.
bowling balls. Does he even say the word bowling balls in the
Yeah.
song?
I cut his head off because I hated him. Then I used his head to get a strike with the pins. You know, they would have said some shit, bowling shit.
Yeah, like it's so weird. They called this bowling balls.
Yeah. Like and like your head means so much to me, but why is it a bowling ball?
Yeah, I don't
Like
get it.
bowling balls mean that much
but,
to you?
But what do you name the song? Do you name the song "Your Head Would Mean So Much to Me"? What would be the alternative
yeah,
title?
I mean, maybe they were like, let's just call it something. What's a good head?
your
metaphor?
head. I guess they could have just called it your head.
Yeah, they could have called it a couple other things, but
Like, do you like your head? Hey, do you like the song "Your Head"? Could you
somebody
imagine?
says something about a bowling ball, and Jay was like, "Oh yeah, let's do that." I don't know.
I will say this. I don't hate this remix. It's kind of cool. I wouldn't listen to it over the original probably, but I don't hate it. I like the almost serious tone of the beat. I don't know. And by the way, he said I'm ill though. I never knew he said I'm ill though.
I'm ill though.
I didn't know what the fuck he said.
DC says because he puts them in a bowling bag and brings them to work.
Is that what he says? I like how it comes in. I won't diss you. I like how that
Yeah.
comes in. It's very dope. All right, so it says bowling ball. Okay, I guess. Did he say he puts them in a bowling bag? And am I missing something? Does he say he puts them in a bowling bag?
It's a line in the song. DC says.
I'm retarded then. I just completely blew over that. Sorry.
How you want? That's funny. How you want your eyelids open or shut? Like he's like making them up. Like
Yeah.
he's like has the head there. He's like, well, how you want your eyelids
Yeah.
open or shut?
And he said, I won't diss you. You want to wear a hat? What? Like, if you want to wear it, just tell me. It's fine. You can just wear the fucking hat. Just tell me. Well, you want to wear a hat? What? I won't
There's
diss
so
you.
many things going on. There's so many things going on with that song. Number one, the video where like they're brothers. Mom's gonna be pissed, Shaggy. They're killing people. They're chopping heads off. It's bowling balls, but they're also making it up like Ed Gein from Leatherface, like the dude who inspired Leatherface,
Yeah.
Ed Gein. It's like there's so much shit going on in that song, but the song the name's bowling balls, so you have no. That's what you go in thinking.
They said at the beginning of the second verse, there's a line about him putting it in the ball.
Give me the
bag.
ball.
I don't remember. I'm sorry, but it's fine. All right, so this is a remix of DJ Clay's remix of 24. I think it's DJ Clay did his thing on it, but I don't give a shit about it. The
I like-
original is iconic. I
Yeah,
think.
I do like the original. One of my favorite songs off Hell's Pit.
Yeah. He did a very I don't know, it's a wacky remix, but when I think about a remix, this is the kind of shit I think is like a remix though. It sounds very remixy.
Yeah, an actual DJ who does mixes.
Yeah.
remixed it. Yeah,
He's he's got the little cuts in there.
It
and shit,
sounds like a true
you know?
remix. Yeah.
And he made the beat actually fit with the changes and shit. It's not just like one straight beat all the way through.
Yeah.
So I appreciate what DJ Clay did here. Again, this is unnecessary, so I don't care about it. It's not his fault. All right, I'm skipping on through Burning Up, the Mikey Clark remix. This is one of my least favorite songs on Hell's Pit.
What I remember about this remix is that this beginning's fucking amazing. But I always thought that I didn't like it after this beginning part. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's all right. It's got like a cool metal sound to it, It's dope. I don't hate it. I think this one might be better. I think they're all saying OG way better. I think they're talking about this song.
Yeah, the OG is dope. I do love it. But this is pretty cool too. I don't know. They're pretty.
Oh, maybe they might have been talking about 24. We're on a bit of a delay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Either way, this one in particular. I like them both. Probably the same.
Okay. This one's all right, but I mean, Mike Clark's doing his thing once again, but I feel similar. The guitar's cool. Once again, I told my Mike Clark theory last week about. I think they wanted Mike Clark to remix all of these. That's why there's so many of him. But then they just couldn't finish it for whatever reason, and then release this shit. That's my guess.
Is that true?
No, that's my theory.
Okay.
My fan theory.
They wanted to get him to do the whole thing, but it just was taking too long.
That's my theory.
Now, is that the theory with Woe? That Mikey
Oh.
Clark did the whole thing and it just took too long?
I've heard a single theory about Mikey Clark at all, so I don't think so.
Is Woe going to be Mikey Clark?
That's a great question. I seriously hope so. Please be Woe or be Mike Clark.
I have a question. Didn't DC ask Kuma if he did any production on this, and Kuma said no?
I think so, yeah. It might have been Max Rebo. But nevertheless, yeah, Kuma said he did not do any production on Woe. So, if it's not Kuma, it's what? Hopefully not Shaggy the Airhead and Devereaux. That's what we're hoping for,
Hopefully. It hasn't. I mean,
if it's not Kuma, I really hope it's Mike Clark. Maybe Mike P comes back and I don't know.
I'm gonna say Mikey Clark did it.
I hope so.
And I'm gonna say the main reason why Woe was delayed is because certain people relapsed and certain people had to go through trauma and get all that together, and
Gage says he gets the impression that MEC is hard to get stuff done. With Axe, made it seem like they have been waiting on his end to finish their album. Oh, so he's been working with Alazul, right, to finish their album. So he claims they're waiting on Mikey Clark. But Mike, if that's the price you pay to get Mikey Clark on your album, I'll wait 2 goddamn years.
Dude, I would much rather wait a few years between albums than just shit out some fucking beats that they rap to.
Absolutely. Mike Clark's
Absolutely.
he's a fucking artist. He's not just like a service providing.
Dude, you can't just make beats, great fucking timeless beats in a couple months and say, here you go.
Yeah.
They take forever. Instrumentation, laying out, getting the sounds right. I mean, you have to have the feeling. You have to have the motivation to even do it. And the motivation is not constant. An artist motivation hits, and you have to jump on that moment.
Yeah, you have to catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, that's how So you may miss it. You may get this crazy idea and not be able to get to the boards to get it done,
Yeah.
and then you have to wait. Then you have to wait until it comes again.
That's art, right? That's how
Yeah.
art works and creativity.
Yes. Most of the best art has never been made because artists can't get to their materials in time to get it done, and then they lose it, and then they may try to, and then they may go back to it and can't get it out the way they were feeling at that time.
I mean, how many raps have you written that are just lost to
Exactly,
the ether?
man.
That are
just exactly. You have genius ideas and you can't get them on paper and get them created, and that's most art is that. What you get is like the shit that you can get to in time and get captured.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm with you, 100%.
If it's not that, it's not art. It's a product.
You're right, and that's what Mikey Clark is not selling a product. He's selling himself. Like, you want to hire me? I'll do it.
Yeah.
You just you'll fucking wait. I don't blame Mikey Clark at all. Like I said, if I'm working with as long as I ain't paying him by the hour, you know what I mean, then I'd be kind of annoyed. But if you pay him the fee and he's got to make his shit, take as long as it fucking takes if I'm paying you, for sure.
Yeah. DC says, Gage and I were discussing Mikey Clark doing Whoa. Zool has been waiting on Mikey Clark for their new albums as well, so makes sense
So he
on
says
the
the
delay.
same thing, yeah. I don't know where they're getting that. It's maybe true. I guess if DC Faygo Guy's saying it, it must be true. That's what I say.
I'll believe it.
That's
Go
where
to
I get my news.
I'll go to the grave with it.
Justin Manny said maybe Tech Nine did Woe's production. He's making a joke about how Tech Nine was not on, or Tech Nine produced fucking whatever song it was. Every day.
I'll say Sedatives.
Oh yeah, Sedatives.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Sedatives is another one of my least favorite songs on Hellspit.
Yeah. This song kind of sucks. I will say this part right here. I don't know why, but that line,
pretty funny.
That line always stood out to me, and it's been stuck in my head all week because I've been listening to this album. I just keep thinking, hold it, cork away the thumb, hold it right. Flick. How do you make that sound? How do you do it? Freak. It's almost like he's saying freak, but he's like, it's like a more of a, like a, you know. How do you? I implore everyone to try to make that sound. If you cork it with the thumb, hold it right. That's close, right? You got to do like a fleet, you got to make an R and an L sound at the same time almost. P-H-R-L-E-E-K. Something like that.
Maskey says, I love the OG sedatives, but I couldn't care less about the remix. Yeah, I don't like the OG at all, and I don't like the remix at all.
All right, this is the remix for In My Room. I'll say this beat is fucking cool. I like it. It's like very like California to me, you know? I think this one's fucking sweet, man. I like the OG more, I think, but I like the I like the happy
Same bad.
I like the happy vibe this one gives off. And the hook, the way he's I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn this down. The way he sings the hook, the inflection in his voice sounds different because of the beat, I think, and it gives it like a different like tone, I think. You'll notice when it comes on. Here it comes. Hey, listen, hold on, let me point out. He goes, "In my room, you and I." In the original, it sounds like, "In my room, you and I." Like, I don't know. There's like a weird like difference there that I'm noticing, but nevertheless, I'm sorry.
I like the remix. Maskey says, even with In My Room, I feel like the remix just takes away from the feeling. Yes, this is a lot less creepy than the original, and I love the original because of how creepy it is.
That's a good point.
It's a great creepy song, just like Meg said. I think that was the one she said that she fell in love with. It's a good song to fall in love with. It's a great, I would say, mass marketed ICP song like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people could really like.
Yeah, and they do. You know, Jay
Yeah.
He plays that. He was playing that on the Obliteration tour.
Yeah.
He knows like this song is ICP's most popular song. Do you know that?
I know it's very popular.
Like my kids know this song.
Yeah.
When like I was playing this album in my car and this song came on, my kids like, turn that up. What is this? I was like, this is a remix. And my room like, no, I don't like that kid. I had two different kids at two different times told me that.
They didn't like the remix.
No, they both thought like, no, this is weird. So it's funny how like even my kids, by the way, do not care about or like ICP at all, but I force them to listen to it, by the way. But you know, that's their opinion.
To them, this is like when you hear an old school classic rock song that you never really cared about the band, but you know the song.
Yeah.
And you think it's cool.
Yeah.
You hear it, and then you hear a different version of it, and you're like, wait a minute, that ain't right.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
But I do like this. I think it sounds happy. It gives me a cool feeling.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Obviously, the original is iconic.
Original is OP. Obviously, this one is just fun. I think this one will be fun to pop on from time to time. Just like throw on like a summer playlist.
Yeah.
You know?
Because this song is so iconic. And I do believe this song keeps Hell's Pit's head above water. It's what keeps it. This is one of the songs in Hell's Pit that keeps it sinking as a shitty album to me.
Okay. I'm making a note to make an ICP summer playlist and In My Room remix.
Summer playlist. You gotta have Juggalo Island on.
Oh, of course. Juggalo. What else would be on the ICP summer remix, guys? We'll put it out there.
There's some good ones. There's plenty of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said summer remix. I meant summer playlist. But yeah, I think this one gets my approval. I do like it, but you know, it's again, I like it separately from the original.
It fits. I think it's not as good, but it equally just as it fits as a song.
Now this girl, I would say this is probably the same girl that I wanted to fuck from Cotton Candy and Popsicles.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, I just want to make that clear. Ooh, DC Faygo Guy says The Tower because it was hot that day. All right, so if we put every hot song though, we'll be talking. It's got to be kind of fun songs too, like fun, like bump in the car with the windows down, stereo up, summertime, ICP jams. That's why that in my room fits in. The tower, maybe. I'd have to go back and see, but you know the vibe I'm looking for. All right, this is Angel. Oh, go ahead. We're gonna comment on this
I was
song.
gonna say, what's the Tempest song? The one where they're on the ride the Tempest.
Oh, is that a good summer playlist song?
I think that's a good
Ride the Tempest?
because it sounds like a summer, like you're at an amusement park.
I'll put it on the list. Oh, Juggalo Party. That's a good one.
Yeah, Juggalo Party's a good one. I'd say have a ride on there somewhere.
Okay, I like
Ride
that.
song.
That's a good one.
Like you're at a carnival in the summertime.
Yeah, man.
And I think Ride the Tempest or whatever the hell the name of that song is, I can't remember. That's like one of the better fun time feeling ride songs.
I dig it. I like it. So what do you think about this remix? It's very Cottonmouth.
I hate it. I love Angels Falling, another classic on this album on the Hell's Pit. This is trash.
Think so?
Fucking hate.
What about
this.
that?
No, I don't like anything about it. Nothing.
I do want to. There's one thing I do like about this remix. I want to find it at the end. After this last up. Here we go. Listen, here it goes. Cool. It's cool. Maybe not this part. All right, I hyped it up too much. Now it's not gonna.
I didn't hear nothing but a jumbled mess of trashed remixed vocals of a beautiful hot girl.
Yeah, I know. My beautiful, sexy lady. This part, maybe. Nope. Oh. I like how they put they're like.
Yeah, the scratching's okay.
They got Jay and Shaggy in there.
Yeah,
You know, listen, here we go. Oh. Nobody likes this puppet.
Ooh, Gage. Yes, Bang Pa Boom, the title, the actual track. Bang Pa Boom.
Oh.
That's a great song. Yeah, summer song. You're out in the desert. In the deserts of Nevada, where nothing.
Oh, that is a good one. Yeah. We need those happy summertime songs. Is that Sugar Slam on the hook on that? On Angels Falling? Wait. Does that mean that's Sugar Slam on the hook on Cotton Candy or in the song Cotton Candy and Popsicles also?
I don't know, dude. I don't know how long I don't know when Jay met Sugar Slam and how long they've been together. I know it was for a while, but that does kind of sound like Sugar Slam.
I don't know if that's her on the hook in Cotton Candy and Popsicles. I don't believe that. That
DC
does Angels Falling. It does sound like Sugar Slam, and I still stand by that. I still do want to fuck her.
DC said yes, sir.
Sorry, Violent J. I'm sorry.
When
She's
were
a
they?
sexy lady.
Were they together at that point?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I would imagine they are because he was Joey Jr. What's his name? Little Joey.
Yeah, something like that.
LJ, J Jr., JJ.
JJ.
He was born a couple years later, so
Yeah, that's
I would
true.
imagine they had to.
Look, DC said she was on Cotton Candy. Angels Falling was her first appearance. She was on Doornail Dorothy as well. Wow. I love him dropping facts like this. See, I had no fucking clue that was Sugar Slam. Literally no clue.
My dream is to meet her one day.
Yeah. I want to meet her. Here's my list of people I want to meet. From 3, 2, 1. Sugar Slam. Face Tap Mommy. Finny Matt Kissinger.
You got one. Oh, you're talking about in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3 people I want to meet in person. I need to get down to. I don't know what I can't remember what he's talking about, but that's a sucks about it being on a little bit of a delay. I think it's like on a 10 or 15 second delay, so it's tricky going with the chat. What do you think about Manic Depressive Fritz the Cat remix?
Hate it.
It's very boring. I like the strings.
No.
I think somebody could have done something cool with this song, but not.
Here's the problem with strings like that. Like the.
What about that?
You're talking about the cello strings, right?
Oh no, I'm talking about the.
Well, that shit you hear on the hook is also strings,
Oh,
but
okay.
they're elongated. Like you take the bow and you go.
Okay.
And I think it's a cello. And the thing about that, they don't sound good to rap beats when you do them that slow.
Okay.
That's where you get the boring feeling. Well, this is a boring.
The rest of this beat is very boring. It's like. Very boring.
Horrible. Horrible.
Manic Depressive. Somebody earlier said this is one of their favorite songs. They come back to it. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Don't understand it.
I apologize for anybody that I that maybe got offended by me saying this is trash.
Oh, and that must be Sugar Slam on that one too. And to get by into that song I never liked either. Like that song kind of sucks to me. I don't know, man. Here's Maskey's.
I like the original Manic Depressant.
Okay.
A lot. I do. It's another one I love on Hell's Pit. The original version, but that remix is no. Get it away.
Okay. Well, that's that. Well, we did it. We got this shit out of the way, man.
There's nothing else on there, huh? There's no remix to Shaggy took the plate.
Nope.
Chicken on the fridge.
Nope.
What the hell is that called? Underground Baby. No.
Real Underground
nothing to that.
Baby. Yeah, how do you even remix that? That would be a brutal task. They probably asked me to remix it, and they're like, no. It switches up like 40 times.
Yeah. I ain't gonna take my bam. Manic Depressant. It's a weird one.
Yeah, it's a weird song. I've never been really a fan of it. I have to say.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let me see if I had any notes.
You know what? All I can say about that song is what a way to kill a fucking party.
Yeah.
And I thought that about Hell's Pit in general, the entire album. I was like, what a fucking way to kill a party, dude.
What, Manic Depressive?
No, Hell's Pit is an entire album.
Oh, it's a very like dreary album.
After literally Shangri-La in Wizard of the Hood, and how the fucking high and the party that was, and the great feeling that was, and then all of a sudden Hell's Pit comes out, dude. It fucking it put a slog to the feeling.
What do you think?
It took the feeling of being in a juggalo and like the fucking just the high that I was on.
Yeah.
It just dropped it like.
Let's talk about this hypothetical. What if? Do you think the original concept for the Wraith? Like when Jay was like talking, okay, him and Shaggy are literally having a discussion about Joker's cards. That you're laying them all out. Who knows how far ahead they went, but it's finally time to talk about the Wraith. All right, they figure out they're going to do the Wraith. Do you think at that moment they decided to do 2 albums, or do you think it was intended to be 1 album, and then they only split it to make double money? And to make this other extra part of the lore.
I think it was always meant to be 1 album, and I think the Shangri-La was that album.
I agree.
Then they decided to split it because I said, hey, if it's death, let's do heaven and hell.
Yeah,
that just makes sense. But I think it was supposed to be an original. It was supposed to be 1 album, and they had
the Wraith.
The Wraith, and they had tracks about heaven and hell on that album.
Yes,
but they decided to split it. I think the Wraith was their album. It was their full intention. It was their full.
But
it was the high that they had. That we're telling you, this is what we are. We believe in God. We want to go to heaven. This is it. Boom. And then they were like, well, it's heaven and hell. Let's take all that. Let's take that hell feeling and try to put it on a whole nother CD. Yeah, we'll get more money. I don't think it was just to make more money.
Sure.
I think it was to add to their lore as well.
They were already known to do that though. They
busted their nut with the Wraith.
But they released several versions of Jekyll Brothers. I mean, as far as like, the ones with the jackets, you could get Jake or Jack. You could get 3 versions of Malenko. I'm just saying it was already a marketing thing.
Yeah, I think Bizarre was definitely a thing. And they were like, well, we can do a double album, but
I think they planned on Jekyll Brothers originally being a double album, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, but
there's no comparison. Bizarre was both albums cohesive all the way through, the same energy all the way through.
Yeah,
Wraith and Hell's Pit, 2 completely different styles of energy. Shangri-La was a party. You felt good. It was them at their creative peak.
That was what we had waited a decade for,
and I loved it, and it delivered. And Hell's Pit was a letdown to me.
Yeah,
it was a buzzkill. It was just subpar. In my opinion, it was subpar flows.
Yeah, but that's
it was subpar production. It was subpar everything.
To me, it feels like Hell's Pit was almost like tacked on just because like Jay was like, oh, like when they came out with the idea I think they originally planned to do 1, and then he decided at some point to split them. And I think some of the tracks ended up on both. and then a few fillers got sprinkled in too, unfortunately. But the fillers are still good. I'll talk about those later. But I think had it been released as one album, we would have got like a true like masterpiece. I love Shangri-La for what it is. Don't get me wrong, but having the one album, Mikey Clark, that was the dream. That's the alternate reality I live in. I would like to live in, rather.
That wasn't it though.
I know.
Heaven was Mike P, man.
But that's why
Shangri-La was Mike
like,
P.
why do you think he made the choice that he had to do that, to do the Shangri-La Hell's Pit? Why?
I don't know, because maybe he didn't think he didn't want to. This is what I think. He was on such a high. He was on such a good feeling. He was losing weight. He was like, I don't want to put that depressing hell shit on this album. I want this to be a party. I want this to be our coming out album of we believe in God. We are going to heaven. This is what I want it to be. I don't want to I don't want to put any darkness into this. There was some dark songs, but if you think about it, it actually fits in what happened was supposed to happen. You have Shangri-La, which is the high, and then you got Hell's Pit, which is a low on all ends. It doesn't sound good to me. It's a depressing album. And what would hell sound good? Would going to hell be good in any way?
No, it's supposed to be a kind of agony, right?
So to me, it fits.
What about the?
It's literally the most agonizing album. I think one of the most agonizing albums they've ever put out.
What do you say to someone who says that Hell's Pit was kind of like a reset to ICP, and they kind of had to build? They had to put themselves in a hole and build themselves back up.
Totally agree.
Like they had to do that.
I absolutely agree. I think Hell's Pit, they dropped substantially in so many ways mentally.
They had to start
create
over.
it, yes, and they built up. And by the time they got to Bang Pow Boom, they built back up to their new peak, their next peak.
And they're still building.
Yeah, they built up. They built up. They built up. I honestly, I think Lost and Found, they kind of dropped.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped with Lost and Found, but then they kind of built back up again.
I mean, I notice every peak though has a Mike Clark at the top of it.
Yeah.
Yum Yum, I do love. I love Yum Yum.
Well, I
truly
think
do.
every peak they have a producer that is like not afraid to tell them what they need to do, and I think that's why Found is. As much as people want to hate on what's his face, Otis,
Young Wicked,
I think Otis was able to harness them for Found, and that's why Found sounded so good.
That's a great thing to point out. Yeah, you're right. I mean, they have to work with the producer to produce the kind of shit that we're like fiending for, you know. So that's what we need. That's what we fucking need. Anybody can do it.
I think Kuma could do it.
Anybody can. They just have to they really have to mind meld, you know, in the studio.
Yeah, well, you have to.
It has to happen.
When you're a band, it's part of being a band.
Yeah.
A rappers and a producer is still a band.
Yeah,
you
you're
have
right.
to be able to,
You're right.
be in the moment with it.
Let's see comments. Let's see. I think Manic Depressive's perfect closing track. Yeah, I mean it's pretty shitty. You're right. Notice a lot of first deck juggalos such as myself. This is Maskey saying this. Seem to enjoy Hell's Pit more than OG juggalos. OG juggalos. HP recruited me. See, that's what's so interesting too. Is like we're sitting here kind of like talking about it as if it's a low in ICP's career, and it somehow brought so many people in. Do you think maybe it was because it was like I said, like a reset, and people kind of like what the fuck? Let's check it out now, I guess.
I agree, and I'm not to drone on too long about this, but I think we got what Hell's Pit did for newer juggalos. We got that scattered through the original 6. We got that with shit like
Killing Fields.
We got that with stuff of like How Many Times off of Malenko. We got that We got that feeling, that wicked, depressed, horrible feeling from from other songs throughout their entire first deck, right?
Yeah.
And then newer juggalos coming in didn't have that. They didn't connect to those. They didn't know, you know. So Hell's Pit just kind of did it for them.
It's kind of like an all-in-one inclusive. Like here's the wicked that we do in one little package.
Yeah.
Here's the wicked that we do and how we do it.
And that's why it connected so hard, because most juggalos throughout the entire 6, juggalos connected to those kind of songs, like
the
How Many
horror
Times,
songs,
like the horror songs.
Yeah.
Like And he's like, oh man, I love their funny shit, but man, that wicked shit. And I think just Hell's Pit kind of provided that for a newer
I could see
fan
that.
base come in, you know?
It's interesting.
For me, I was always into ICP because of their funny, lighthearted, happy shit. That's
Yeah.
what I love.
They're hilarious, like witty lines is what
I
I've
never
always
got
loved.
an ICP because I
Beat Monopoly and shit out Connect
yeah.
4, sign me the fuck up
Yeah.
immediately.
For
you
me,
know?
I what brought me in was the happy, funny shit. So
Yeah.
like the whole wicked thing never appealed to me. I never loved ICP because they were
I
wicked.
mean, I think like you know how it's just cool to like horror. You know,
Yes.
so I think ICP is like
I like
they're-
the
they're pro-
comedy horror.
they're filling the musical side of that for people who
Yeah.
like horror.
like
you
horror,
know?
exactly. And I think that's what Hell's Pit did.
Yeah.
For me, I like comedy more. I like the comedy horror. Give me
Give me clever is what I want.
Yeah, give me clever comedy horror rather than the depress like Jay trying to really be horrific and depressing.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I want him to be funny and lighthearted and clever.
Yeah, I'm with that.
But I understand that's a lot of times that's not what you're feeling, so you're going to do other. So I get it. I get why people like Hell's Pit,
Yeah.
but it was just never for me.
I get that completely. Like we had a different experience, so it is hard to kind of connect completely. But it's fun to theorize and talk about like this. Maskey said if Woe is as good or better than Pug Ugly, I think Yum Yum will stand out as one of the better eras of ICP since the end of the first deck. What do you think about that?
I don't know. You know, I still kind of view myself as outside. I have been in this whole era, right? We've
Yeah.
been here doing podcasts this whole era.
Yeah, we
but
started when Fearless Fred first came out.
I still feel like I'm not in this era. I'm not connected to it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I feel like I am, but I don't know what that means. I guess to feel connected to it. I will say that I enjoy the music they're putting out, but as far as like a feeling of an era, I don't really feel anything like that. So maybe that's
Yeah.
what I'm experiencing. But
Maybe when I look back at this era in a couple years, I'll be like, yeah, you know, the Yum Yum era was pretty dope.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, when you're in it, it is hard to see.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the family era. We didn't know like what it
Yeah.
was. We thought we'd have that forever.
I say the memories that I've gained in this era, I'll remember.
Oh yeah,
So,
I mean
yeah.
the Fred and Yum Yum era encapsulates Deck One Dope. You know, that's the cool part about it. Hanging out and meeting people like DC Faygo Guy and Gage and Violent J the Country Singer and everyone else I didn't mention. But that part is what's going to be memorable about the Yum Yum era. Megz, to answer your question about do I like Yum Yum better than the Seeds? I'll take the Yum Yum album over all the Seeds.
Yeah.
Completely.
I do like the Yum Yum album as a whole.
Yeah.
There's lows and highs to me, but I do like the album.
I really
and
love it.
I would probably, if I'm going to listen to something and say, hey, here's ICP's newest shit, I'll probably throw in Yum Yum.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think I would throw in the Seeds.
I could see throwing in Pug Ugly, like Abracadabra is a real easy
Yeah,
to
but you might as
swallow.
well throw old ICP in
Yeah.
if you're going to throw that in.
That's true. Yeah, if you want to say here's some new ICP,
Yeah.
Yum Yum isn't a bad idea. That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good question.
Maskey Death Pop is a classic. I think that's a great album. Yes.
Gage said he likes Lore in the Seeds more. Wow, that's interesting. DC Faygo Guy has nostalgia for the Death Pop era. I don't have any nostalgia for that because I wasn't in it at all at that time. I remember when that album came out. I was doing cable. I was rolling around a lot with my cousin Mikey. He was like me and him. I was training him, and that summer we did listen to Death Pop a lot, just because we were like fuck. We were just cruising around in the truck and listening to it. So I have nostalgia for it in that sense, but I don't have any other memories of the era. I was so out of it at that time.
I was too. I remember the album, but not the
Yeah.
era. I do remember the Bang Pow Boom era though, because I went to the tour. I bought the album.
I was a little more out of it than you. I
think that era stands out to me. But I with this era, like I said, like you said, Fred, Yum Yum, Deck One Dealt. That's kind of where we came in. So I think this will stand out years from now.
Yeah.
As a exciting era for me.
Absolutely. Megz made another interesting, very cool comment. She said, I think the Seeds album should have come with actual seeds that you could plant. How cool would it be to get a mystery seed to plant and not know what you get until it grew?
That'd be kind of cool.
And then you're like, look, you would always remember that. That'd be so fucking sweet. There's my woe plant.
You'd
There's
get-
my Pug Ugly. That you would name the plant Pug Ugly, of course. You know.
You'd
There's
get
my
some,
Wicked Vic.
I will say this: I planted a garden this year, and I planted don't send me an Asian lettuce because they get parasites and
no.
you basically just have to. They don't work, so that would have been a horrible memory.
All the flowers that you planted in your backyard all turned into Asian lettuce.
But yeah, man, I think this is. I don't know. I guess we're coming to the feeling of the end of an era.
Wow,
here.
this is next week is it will be the end of the Yum Yum. They
Yeah.
still have yet to do a tour
Yeah,
since Yum Yum's lore count has come out.
I don't think there is.
They've
gonna-
not done a
there's
fucking
gonna be-
ICP tour.
I don't think there's going to be a tour for this. This will be the first.
Well, because COVID was happening right when it happened.
Yeah.
So no tours, and then there's
Yeah.
Jay's health. But now Jay's touring, Shaggy's touring solo. Like, let's do the fucking farewell tour. Let's do the Yum Yum tour.
I don't know if there is going to be a farewell tour anymore, dude. I think they're just going to fucking do what they want now. I don't know. That's
No,
a whole
man.
nother
Come
show.
on. I
That's
know,
a
I know.
whole nother topic.
I think they should and will do a Yum Yum era tour. I think they will
You think they will?
Yeah.
Really? When?
next year.
You think that?
Yeah.
Man, that's a bold statement. If they do that, man, I'll give you high praise if that comes true.
I think they have to, man.
I don't think they will.
I think
though.
they have to.
I don't think they will.
They can't just disrespect this era like that. You know? Did they ever do a Fearless Fred tour? That COVID was happening then too. 2019 was when Fearless Fred came out. Oh well, no, it was a year till.
I don't know. I thought they did. Maybe.
I don't remember that. I don't know.
When was the show we went to when Ouija came out?
That was that Gorilla show that they did.
What year was that though?
Oh,
Was that 17?
probably. Yeah, because they did the 17 Cypher at the
Yeah.
wrestling ring. Nevertheless, Fury Fest was the tour for. Yeah, see, we didn't go to that. I don't know why, but spring of 19. Huh? That was right when we started the show. All right, who gives? Who gives a shit? All right. Was there anything else you want to talk about? We're at hour 46, man. Was there anything else you want to touch on?
I think that's it, man. I want to reiterate that it does feel like the end of an era now.
Mm-hmm. That's weird. I haven't thought about that until just now.
No, this gathering was releasing. It kind of seems like this is tying up an era, and we're probably here at the climax of it.
Yeah, and hopefully Mike Clark's there with us.
And this is the last.
He's here for this gathering. That gives me very high hope that he did produce Woe.
Yeah.
And he's helping with the 6th. Maybe he's like, fuck Axe. I'm working on the Clowns album. I'm working on the fucking 6th.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm working on the 6th.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mike Clark has that
I
feeling.
hope that, dude. Because that if they say anything, if any news comes out about the 6th at all within 2023, we can pretty much say right now, this is the end of an era. This is the last gathering of this era. This is probably the last Dick Dealt show of this era. When we come back after the gathering,
Well, we'll do the Gathering show. But yes, after the Gathering, yeah, you're right. We'll be in a new era.
it's pretty. I mean, I don't know, but I'm thinking that yeah. After the gathering, what comes out, we might get something that kicks off the new era. So
That'll be fun, man. Yeah. I can't wait to talk about Woe. We'll try to talk about that on the show if we get time to listen to it. We'll be there, by the way, at the Gathering Thursday at noon. Okay? Thursday at noon. Come to the flea market tent. That's where like the fucking rap contest was and the Morton's List thing. The big circus tent in the back, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's where we'll be Thursday at noon with all the other podcasters doing our show. Come hang with us. We'll talk. I think at the show, I don't want to talk that much. I'd rather talk to juggalos. I think that's going to be the plan of action.
yeah,
We'll see how that goes, though. If we have time to talk about Woe, we will. But if not, we'll do a proper show on that after. But other than that, I didn't really have anything else to touch on, man. You good?
I think I'm good.
Hey, send me more songs for that ICP summer playlist. Let's get that. Let's get that rolling. I want to fucking cruise around listening to ICP, man. All right, man. Let's shuffle the fuck up on out of here.
Slide this one right back into the deck where it belongs, baby. See ya. Yeah.